anytime we have the slightest concern, they meet us immediately. They never hesitate to make the time to sit and chat and come in, and it's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private and independent schools to bring you insights into school programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administration. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
Well, we knew we wanted something different than the traditional public education that's provided in our area. And we had our oldest son enrolled at a Montessori preschool. And they had announced when he was in his final year of preschool there that there was going to be this opening of Fredericton Montessori Academy. And we jumped on the chance because we really appreciated our Montessori experience at preschool and really wanted something different than a traditional classroom setup. So we were on board from day one for the opportunity.
Yeah, and then our daughter, same thing. We just said, if we can put her in that program, then we definitely wanted to. And they allocated space for her and made it very easy because Alec was in the program. So it was a smooth process and to get them both in there.
They have absolutely flourished. Like, their academics are out of this world. We have absolutely no concerns. We're actually astounded by the amount of intellect that they have and the skills that they've gained through their few years at FMA and socially as well. I think it's been a really positive experience because it's like a family to them. Some of these kids they've been with since preschool. So it's really a comforting environment for them, I would say.
Yeah, it's I really think that the teachers get to watch them grow up, and there's been a lot of continuity there as well. So that has certainly provided a stable kind of basis for the kids to learn from. I said with the kids and the teachers and the administration, the direction of the schools all been very clear. So it's a very clear pathway with the kids are progressing from academically and socially and athletically and all that. So they've done really, really well, and we have no complaints with the outcome of the decision we made. That's for sure.
I would think their freedom to choose what they do with their day. They have a lot of different interests, so that they have the independence to go ahead and choose kind of what they're interested in and explore that and push it further. They seem to really like that.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. The freedom for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'd say part of it is the approachability and the level of back and forth and integration that our ideas and our thoughts get addressed by the school. Like they're very attentive to our needs as parents. They involve the parents in the decision-making process of what they're doing. They certainly they sit and talk with you when things need to be discussed, strengths and weaknesses or whatever the case may be. They give great feedback. To me, I feel like the kids are very supportive. I love the student-teacher ratios. I definitely feel like they take it seriously, that they care, that the kids are not just a number, and they do a really good job of supporting them with all of their own personal and kind of group needs.
And they look at each child as an individual, not as just this box that everyone has to fit in, but they really do feel from our end aim to meet each child's needs and meet them where they're at. I guess it's that individual approach again, right? Like where they meet each student where they are. Actually, Alec came home today and told us that he had a spelling assessment. So, he got to move ahead to the next level of spelling words or spelling word list, I guess. But not everybody in his grade get to progress. And some kids have progressed, before he did and that sort of thing. But they're meeting him where he needs to be met. And Yeah, that's
But not just academically, because they meet them there
Yeah.
academically, but in terms of, if a kid's having a day, maybe where they're not feeling 100%, they give them the freedom to go into the library and sit and read if they need a minute, or
peaceful.
if like the peace corner, they call it, or whatnot. So the kids actually have the time to kind of sit when they need to, if they need some alone time, if they need some support. If the administration and the owners of the school, there's been times where, the kids have gone through different things, and that they make the effort to sit down and talk with them, and then continue to check in and come back to us and give us feedback to ensure that they're given the best, most optimal pathway to move forward. So that's something that we've really enjoyed, the meeting them on that level. It feels like our kids are very valuable and important, and that they're really considerate of what they are.
And that we're all connected, like we're all on the same team. I would say that most families, well, they're really caring. I think they're open-minded. I think everyone has, this view of the world that, everything doesn't have to be rigid, and we're open-minded and accepting. And also something I really appreciate about the school is that we're not from New Brunswick. We have no family or extended family here. So the school is our village, really. It's become, over the years, we made many friendships with other families, and we've developed our own community through the school. So yeah, most families have the same values there.
I would say I agree for sure. The other side is that there seems to be a strong importance on academics. Generally, the majority of parents there, they have a belief in the importance of academics to help their children before. And not all parents do, but it certainly feels like that's most of them are post-secondary grads and stuff of that nature, and so they see the importance of it. And it seems like that's they value the academic side of things as much as some of the other elements that kids are developing at this stage. And it's not always such the case that we see with some of the other families that we know.
Isla just brought home a animal poster that she worked on. She's in grade 1, that she just finished with one other classmate, and she was so proud of it. And she wanted to give a presentation to us this past weekend, reading out everything that she had written, and she's really proud of her cursive writing as well, and the pictures she drew. So she's really proud of every project she does at school. Pretty well.
She was really proud of the monkey bars and stuff too, when she was able to kind of reach. She's a little bit shorter, and so she was able to actually start to navigate the monkey bars and swing from hand to hand and all that stuff. And that was a big thing for her, that she couldn't wait to show us how proud she was when we got there and showed us on the playground.
And Alec was proud of his spelling assessment, but does today. He was really proud about that. But earlier this year, they did a class play of the timeline of the world.
Origin of the world.
The origin of the world. And they worked on it so hard, and he was so proud because he got to do some of his more dramatic side that he really enjoys, and still take in the science of it and put it all together. And he was really proud about that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those prideful moments, certainly from his perspective. He's been there a lot longer. But yeah, it's honestly, I don't know if we could list them all. Like, there's been a lot of moments. They've been so proud of what they've accomplished and come through. They've had a lot of hurdles, and certainly the school has supported them in kind of circumventing those challenges. And they certainly, you can see they're very prideful of those outcomes, most definitely.
Fantastic. Couldn't ask for better. They're always, anytime we have the slightest concern, they meet us immediately. They never hesitate to make time to sit and chat and come in, and it's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. But the other side of it is that they don't just come to us and tell us that everything from our kids' perspective is wonderful. They're willing to have that bilateral conversation on both sides. And there's been challenges with both of our kids, and we've had to have those conversations. And I really respect how they approach it, because they approach it in terms of, this is a collective attempt to improve the situation. It's not your kid is doing this and this needs to be fixed. It's how do we go about working at this together? And when we've brought some things to attention to this, bring things to the attention of the school, they have met us 100%, where we needed to be in the middle. We can do this to help you. You guys are doing your part, or we're doing our part. Let's all work together and let's check in with each other. So I think it's been really strong from the staffing perspective there. As it goes to the top down, like ownership and whatnot, that's been even more rewarding, because it honestly feels like they actually do care about our input, and they do look for feedback from the parents, different directions that we may take on, return to school during COVID, or different types of online learning platforms that we were using, or a hybrid model. They literally went to the parents and worked with the parents to arrive at a solution that was most effective for the entire collective student body. That's not been, there's a lot of organizations that don't operate as such. They're very transparent. They're very direct.
Genuine. They're genuine.
Very genuine, very earnest. They have not disappointed us on any level. Certainly from any of those perspectives, they've been outstanding.
Outstanding academics, I would say, to start with. Our children have absolutely soared there. That would be the top one.
Mm-hmm. I would say that the student teacher ratio and the way in which the classroom is conducted and handled, I think is just amazing. They're met emotionally. The emotional support that they have from the students and the administration, they're not dismissed. They're seen as valuable, and their input is important. So I think that's another one that's really, really strong.
And I really like the class setups that they have, the groupings with the CASA, the lower elementary, and the upper, so that all three levels of ages, they're all learning from each other, and they also have an opportunity to be role models for the younger kids. And that's not something you see in a traditional age-based grading system. And it's been really beneficial for both our kids, because sometimes they want to leap ahead academically to an upper age level or grade, and then other times they're more comfortable with the lower age for socially and that sort of thing. So that group dynamic is fantastic. I love it.
Sorry, I know that this is 4, but I do. I could probably do 100 each. But I wanted to share this one about. I really love the way in which the day is structured. So from drop off to the end of the day, they have a lot of time outside. They really put a heavy importance on that. So morning, recess, lunchtime, and after school, and really like the daycare component of it as well. For us to know that our childcare is provided. So if we're both tied up with work or other responsibilities, that we have until after 5 o'clock to go get them, and we don't have to question where they are. There's no transportation from one facility to another. They're there, they're safe, they're with people that we trust, that know them well. And so we can go about our tasks without having that in the back of our minds or on our conscience.
And it's a great school when you go to pick them up and you're there, half an hour before they have to be home, and they want to stay because they're having too much fun. So that's great.
That's a good sign.
Go and interview the school, bring your kid in and see what it's all about, see the layouts, watch how the kids are interacting during the day, look at some of the materials that they work on. The materials are beautiful. I love the way that the classrooms are set up. It's not a traditional classroom with posters plastered all over the wall and all of these distractions. It's very calm and conducive to learning. Come in and have a look and see if it's the right feel. Talk to some of the other parents as well, because we're the ones that you're going to be seeing on the playground and drop off and so on. And
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.